Hello and welcome to Pop Along RC. Hopefully you've seen our last video where we took out the short course trucks and it ended up being a bit of a drift session, so therefore it was joined by the Bugsta. All three cars that we were using on the day belong to me, which means it's my responsibility to check them over, see if there's any damage, give them a quick service before the next outing. So I do know there is a little bit of damage to the Bugsta because my brother-in-law decided it'd be a good idea to drive it into a brick wall. The brick wall one. The Toro, there's a few little bits that have come loose. I might need to get a new sticky pad on that one. I haven't actually had a look over the HPI Blitz, but we didn't use this one as much as the other cars, so I'm pretty confident this one should be just fine. So I'm going to have a quick look over these. I'll show you how I go about checking over the cars and what sort of things I do to make sure they last a little bit longer. So, whilst making this video, I identified an issue on the Bugsta, and when I checked, I've also got the same issue on my Vantage. It's a really simple fix, but if not fixed, it's going to cost you a little bit of money. So if you have a Carnage, a Bugsta or a Vantage, check the description below and you'll see exactly where to fast forward to so you can sort out your car and not have to spend too much money down the line. Yeah, clean the cars off directly after the run, left them to dry, and then all I've done is I've come in and I just want to unpick any dirt and grubs off of anything that is a moving part. Now the Outlaw, or in this case the Toro, has got a lot of moving parts, so I just wanted to clear out some of those with a toothpick. Then I'm going to go over the cars and I'm going to make sure everything's connected properly, nothing's been buckled or bent, and everything is moving as it should. Once we've done that, I can go over to the ESC. Now when I clean these cars I often use a pressure washer, and I believe I've just got the sticky tape a little bit wet and it's lost its stick, so I'm going to peel that off, apply some new double-sided tape, and then simply stick it back in where it was. So that is a super quick fix, and it's always worth having some tape about. Now the Bugsta was actually flying this week and driving really well. The reason for that is we made a few little changes. We actually increased the towing on the front wheels and we adjusted the camber set of the wheels as well. The way you do that is by adjusting these turnbuckles. So the top one here will change the camber, the one at the back here will change toe in, toe out of the wheels, and that can affect the handling. After the crash, the car did stop moving, and that's because the motor was loose and it just moved so that the pinion wasn't meshing. This was quite a simple fix where I just pushed it back up, made sure it was meshing right, tightened it up, and it was good to go. So, as you can see on these garages, there are brick pillars separating the garages, and that is what this car had a direct hit with, and the damage is here. I know it doesn't look like much, but when you take a closer look you realise that it's cracked and the bumper can detach from the front. This means in order to fix this you need to replace the entire chassis. But what did concern me was this E-clip here that I noticed that was loose, and when I was just fiddling with it, it did actually fall out, which meant I then needed to check exactly where it went in. As the Bugsta is exactly the same as the Vantage, I thought I'd check my Vantage to see exactly where the clip went, and when I got to my Vantage I realised that this E-clip has fallen out as well, and as a result there's a lot of wear within the servo saver, as you can see under here, and there's a lot of play in the steering, so when I move the steering it's extremely loose, and I'm going to now need to replace the servo saver, and I believe this is down to losing the E-clip. So all I'm doing on the Bugsta is I am loosening off the top deck, popping the E-clip back in, and then tightening down the top deck. And this is something that I'm going to be checking a lot more regularly on the cars. With regard to my Vantage though, I'm going to have to order myself a new servo saver, which costs a couple of pounds. Last thing I do, any moving parts, give it a blast with the GT85. And there are a lot of different products on the market, and as Mark would do, he gives his car a little dust down with a magic brush. Apparently that helps too. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next vid.